is Ashley Borowski. I do marketing at Lilly Associates International.
I'm Nelson Cabrera. I'm the manager of business development at Lilly Associates International.
Lilly Associates is a full-service freight forwarder headquartered in Miami, Florida. We specialize in ocean freight, and we have offices around the world, specifically Guatemala, Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, and most recently China. We get a lot of questions from our importers and exporters on cargo insurance. What does it entail? How much do you need? What's covered? So if you were to give kind of a basic overview of cargo insurance to importers and exporters, what would you tell them?
That's a great point, Ashley. Cargo insurance is very important in the supply chain. The first thing I would say to our importers and exporter friends is don't assume the cargo is insured. Make sure that the insurance coverage is stated in writing. Make sure, I recommend always, to make sure it's door-to-door coverage, because port-to-port coverage really doesn't cover anything. Port-to-port is from a port to the port, to the other port. So basically you're limited to what happens within the ship or the airplane, and usually nothing happens. It's not being transported, it's not in a city, it's not in a highway, so the scope is very limited as to what could happen within the confines of a ship. Now, when the cargo gets unloaded and it goes into the port and it goes into a highway and then to a warehouse, people are driving it, there's a lot of theft out there, whatever city it might be, that's when the likelihood of something happening is at an all-time high. So the second thing I would tell customers is make sure it's a door-to-port coverage. Port-to-port is much cheaper, but it doesn't cover anything. And you should not be paying 1% of the CIF value for the insurance. Make sure that the insurance company is AAA rated and has the ability to pay in case there's a claim.
And that brings us to a great point. What if there is a claim? How does an importer or exporter kind of go about making that claim?
If the first thing you got to do is each insurance company will advise you of where the nearest inspection company is. Don't touch anything. Leave everything as is. Call the inspector immediately. Have them take all the pictures. Preserve all the evidence. Do not throw any boxes away in case of water damage, for example, or the actual goods being damaged. Keep everything on the premises, so when the inspector comes, you provide them with visual proof of the occurrence. As far as the paperwork, well, your packing list, your commercial invoice, your bill of lading, trucker weight bill, release from the port, because that document has how much the goods weighed at the time of being picked up at the port, and the bill of lading also. So they'll be able to do the comparison very quickly if you have all the documents ready. Obviously, the more proactive you are and the more the documents are squared away, the quicker your claim will get paid.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Nelson.